Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. This is Khurram Zahir Chishti. I'm a certified NLP coach, and today the book review that we will do today in this session is The Diary of a CEO. The Diary of a CEO, and it is written by Steven Bartlett. Steven Bartlett, Diary of a CEO. So basically, again, it's one of the very prominent books on productivity, how to manage yourself, your time, your resources for the best outcomes possible. Diary of a CEO, this is the book. Brian Stephen Bartlett is the author. So, Stephen Bartlett, entrepreneur, founder, social chain, and host of the Diary of a CEO podcast, shares the 33 laws of business and life. Basically, this book blends personal experiences with insights from successful guests on his show, emphasizing that true success comes from mastering yourself before mastering business. He primarily invites very successful people to his show, interviews them, and based on his study of successful people, he has framed this book, The Diary of a CEO. The structure of the book, it's divided into four pillars: the self, the story, the philosophy, and the team. And the various laws are divided in these pillars. So let's go them one by one. First of all, pillar one, the self. Pillar one, the self. And this section focuses on personal mastery, self awareness, and habits. Bartlett introduces five buckets: knowledge, skills, network, resources, and reputation, stressing that knowledge and skills are the base, and we should basically, he wants us to follow this order. First, you have the knowledge, knowledge gets converted to skills. When you start applying knowledge, it becomes skills. When you start applying your skills, of course, you work for other people, you work with other people, you develop your network. Once your network starts developing, you gather more and more resources in terms of people, in terms of information, in terms of tools, structures, systems, and then comes your and that builds up your reputation. So teaching others reinforces mastery, while changing beliefs requires creating new evidence. The best way to learn is to teach, and when you teach, you learn the best. While changing beliefs, once you always probably believed that you are a loser and you're not good for anything, but once you, even if you have a small win, like for example, even if you tell, okay, fine, this morning I'll get up half an hour earlier, 1 hour earlier, I'll do some exercise. Let Once you have done some victory, that reinforces the thing. No, you, even the small wins go to give you evidence that no, you are capable and you are capable of better things. He underscores that health is a foundation and success cannot stand on poor health or mental well-being. As per him, the crux, the first thing you have to, cannot pour from empty cup. You have to fill your own bucket first. Like in when you're traveling on airplanes, they tell you to first put in your oxygen mask and then help others. So you have to ensure that your health is the main source of all the other aspects of your life. Once you are healthy, you will have a positive outlook. Once you're healthy, you will also develop on having positive relationships, positive work. Okay. Pillar one, laws one and two, which apply to pillar one. Law one, fill your bucket in the right order. Bartlett defines five buckets. You pour into knowledge, skills, network, resources, reputation. I just spoke about it in the previous slide. His argument: focus first on knowledge and skills. They cannot be taken from you. The other buckets follow. To master something, teach it. The idea teaching consolidates knowledge. It forces you to simplify, articulate, and thus master. In your world, this how this resonates in our world is that mentoring, coaching, training helps to sharpen our own understanding. Then laws 4, 5, and 9, which are also under the same pillar 1, which is self. So it means that Bartlett emphasizes that you don't just choose belief, you replace old beliefs by generating new evidence. And when faced with discomfort, lean into strange, unfamiliar behavior rather than avoiding. Primarily, there is what it means is that there is no vacuum in the world. Nature abhors a vacuum. So you can't just believe that your first belief was that you are probably not a competent person, you are a loser, you make mess of everything that's given to you. But in order to create get rid of it, you can't just get rid of it on its own. You have to have the belief that no, you are competent. And how the feeling of competency will come? Probably some assignment, small assignment which your boss wants you to do, probably an email to write to seniors, or a small memo to be submitted. Do your best job. And once you get complimented on that small aspect, it will start building up the confidence. Then, okay, now I've related to my field. In risk management, you often face novel risk, climate, ESG, and leaning into discomfort. First of all, when you start to become discomfort, for example, your boss has given you assignment and you feel that it is beyond you and you may not have the required knowledge and required information for it. So this is where, and you start feeling, have a discomfort feeling, it is beyond you, that is where the growth lies. So lean into it, go into it, seek resources, use the available resources you have to learn about it and to ensure you do a good job. Just don't, the place where you start feeling discomfortable is the place where the growth lies, because in clearing the discomfort, in clearing the uncertainties, by seeking knowledge, by seeking information, by seeking help from your seniors, mentors, you grow. Hence, that's where the importance of discomfort lies. You always embrace it, lean into it, embrace your difficulties. Law number 9: health is your first foundation. That's what we discussed in the previous slide as well. Okay, once your physical, mental health is in order, the rest of the aspects, which is your work, your office work, your career, your relationships, your spiritual life, and everything else falls into place. Okay, pillar 2, the story. So basically, this pillar highlights the importance of narrative, branding, and communication. Bartlett argues that success depends on how effectively you frame your story rather than on the content itself. Through examples like Goldilocks and endowment effects, he illustrates how the perception and the context can amplify the influence of persuasion. Primarily, what this aspect is stating is that storytelling is an art which every CEO has. There are good times, there are bad times. Everybody can lead in the good times, but in the bad time when the thing get tough, the person who can relate the best story, and story is not just talking. A story has a beginning, it has a middle, it has an end. The beginning needs to be catchy and to start with a startling fact. This year, our organization will no longer have any more hiring. Okay, in this, I was deliberately taking pauses to ensure that adopt, I create the interest in people. Also, when the climax, no hiring, it came at the end. Probably the next statement could follow: we will only promote our talent internally. So this first I got their attention, no hiring. So they will probably be worried, okay, what will happen to us? The second I will promote internally. But then I will continue. Having said that, in order to have to develop our inner natural talent within the organization, we have taken new measures. Now people will be evaluated not just on their work which they do, but how valuable they are to the other departments and other colleagues. I'm placing some metrics for that. So try to understand how you start, how you develop the story, and how you end is highly critical. And every great CEO had that knack. The pillar narrative building. Okay. Now moving on to the next slide. Pillar 2, laws 10 to 15, they apply to pillar 2. Law 10 to 15, for example, absurdity sells, the frame matters. Let's see what it is. Bartlett argues telling bold stories, reframing your offer, using context more than content, these matter in marketing branding. For example, presenting your product services in a compelling frame often matters more than the product itself. I will tell you what it means. Rather than just selling a credit card, a auto loan, try to frame it as convenience, as alternate options, as emergency requirements in terms of credit cards. Also, what also it means is that, okay, you should always have a sort of also, products like credit cards, autos, they are just built as per the model, as per the specifications. But all you need to tell your customer is that, okay, how it has been customized to his wishes. Probably in a credit card, let's say it has a feature of payment after 45 days. You can say it will give you ease and convenience of payment. Or me being an NLP coach, rather than just putting up telling them about all the tools which they may or may not understand. We can just, whatever the issue they have, be it in terms of anxiety issue, be in terms of some fear they have, rather than just telling them the science, let's do and show them how to overcome the phobias. And when he says absurdity sells, it means कि how you start your story with a startling fact, startling statement, or some quotation which catches the attention. Law, Goldilocks effect, and Norman effect. Basically, it means in his marketing insight, people overvalue what they own, or Goldilocks, not too big, not too small. Pricing anchor strategy works. Now, I will tell you what it means. It means, for example, if you have a parcel of land and obviously the market price could be whatever $100,000, you will value it more your plot, and you will find out reasons because it's yours. So and you are attached to it, you will find it you will find it you will find it you will say it's better because it's mine, so it's dear to me. You have emotional attachment, so you always price it higher. And when they says not too big, not too small, pricing anchor strategy works. Always people, when they are purchasing anything, when they are saying anything, they always have an anchor. Okay, we find this particular car, this particular car, this particular project should cost this much. They have some anchor in mind. Now, what a CEO or what an experienced person does is that he tries to see what the anchor is and how he can adjust that particular anchor. By this particular thing in that shop, in that market, I was getting for this much. So he has anchor, he'll get for 100, but in another thing, he's 110. So you have to show how your product, how your service is worth that extra 10 that he's asking. Then pillar 3, the philosophy. Here Bartle explains how beliefs shape outcomes. He asserts that skills hold values only in the right context, and discipline is a product of confronting mortality and valuing time. His discipline equation emphasizes that valuing life's brevity sharpens focus and attention. Okay, I will tell you what it means. In the subsequent slide, we will delve into each of them. First of all, pillar 2, pillar 3, laws 26 and 27 apply. Your skills are worthless, but your context is valuable. Bartlett state a skill value depends on the willingness of others to pay for it and the context on which you apply. For example, you can have the best financial modeling skills in the town, but in the job that you're doing, it does not require financial modeling, or probably they already have some inbuilt models. Then, of course, your skill set in that organization would not be valued, right? Or probably model development in that organization, in that context, would be more developed. So when the work which you are doing right now, just see if you have some skills, how relevant they are to the current work that you are doing. And if not relevant, then study the systems around you and see where exactly you lack. Probably you need not advanced valuation, you need an advanced Excel course, because a lot of work is done on being Excel, and then you put into some model which makes the models. Number 27, the discipline equation, death, time, and discipline. He argues that confronting mortality, that you will die one day, sharpens prioritization. Time is finite, discipline comes, and when the goal and reward exceed the cost. Okay, now I'll put it very simply. That is why you need to have a deadline with your goal. It's very easy to say, I want to lose weight. Okay, fine, I will lose 10 kg. But also say, I will lose 10 kg in the next 1 year. Okay, then in order to do that, probably have to visit the gym for every alternate day. I have to walk this many kilometers. I have to walk this many steps. So always have your goals with a deadline, because the deadline will ensure that you actually end up doing it. Then pillar 4, the team. The final pillar addresses leadership and team building. Bartlett mantra is to ask who, not how, focus on finding the right person for the job. He introduces the idea of maintaining high hiring standards through the 3 bar rule: hire to raise the bar, maintain it, and fire those who lower it. Leadership, in conclusion, must be both consistent and adaptable. Here, he takes a very strict stand. He just says, okay, fine, a leader should have high standards. Okay, fine, I want people of this particular experience, this particular education, and this particular skill set, and you hire them. You on the job, you take them, and in case they don't meet your expectation, then fire them. Fine, he has taken a very hard stand, and let's go delve into each of them. So laws that apply over here are laws 28, 30, and 32. Ask who, not how, which means rather than asking how do I do this, ask who's the best person to do this. Your core job, build teams. Law 30, the three bars for building teams. Bartlett says you must hire to raise the bar, maintain the bar, and fire those who lower the bar. Culture cannot be compromised. So he has a very strict standards. Okay, this is what I want. This is the quality, and if I don't get that quality, I'll fire. He has taken a very strict stand. I may not agree with it fully, but fine. That's his research says from talking to so many CEOs. Law 32: you must be a consistent leader. Consistent means he always states that consistency takes precedence and always succeeds over intensity rather than going to gym one day and putting 3 hours and then having a aching body for the 3 days. Rather go to gym 1 hour every day or 3 days a week, but for as long as for years. Long, you must be consistent leader, yet consistent doesn't mean one style. Adapt to individuals and to context. Okay, I am as a CEO, a person is consistent in giving his feedback, but probably he knows he can gauge the reactions of various people to his some of his strong statements, and he should be able to probably give his feedback consistently, but adapt his talking and storytelling style to his audience in terms of if they're sort of new hires, then feedback should be given in a different style, middle management a different style, top management a different style. So as adapt your style as per who you are addressing. Then the key takeaways. First of all, the foundation of success starts within. Knowledge, skills, then network, resources, reputation. The five buckets we spoke about. Mastery, learning plus teaching. The act of teaching forces deeper clarity and consistency. Story and framing matter enormously. How you present yourself, your offer, your culture will influence outcomes rather than the many technical differences. What it means is that how you present, the way you talk to a person about your product, your organization matters more than the product itself. How you create the context and how you get the person in the right state and frame of mind to listen to. Context is king. Skills only value when you put into the valuable context. Like as we discussed, if you should know, you may be the highly qualified people, but does that organization or knowledge or your project need those skills? That's a question to ask. Discipline is born from recognizing time is finite and the cost of pursuit is high. Hence, the importance of giving deadlines to your goals. Building a great team is the greatest multiplier. Selecting the right people, selecting culture, enduring progress, and letting go of all the misfits are essentials. Basically, it means that we should have a high performing team, and to have a high performing team, you should have individuals who fit the role. Leadership is both consistent and adaptable. You must be dependable, but you must flex your style as well depending on your audience. Health and self care are not optional extras, they are foundational on high performance. The journey to building something great is as much about becoming someone great as constructing a business. I will repeat because it's a very important point. The journey of building something great is as much about becoming someone great as constructing a business. So you make a business, as you become, as you build on that business, it leads you to your greatness. It leads you untap your potential. So, ladies and gentlemen, at the end, thanks a lot and kindly subscribe to my channel and give your feedback for improvement. Thank you.